Time, something that you spend every day without even realizing it. Time, something that you spend every day without even realizing it. 9 out of 10 people spend all day looking at this or this. A screen. Now, I don't technically mind looking at screens all day. It's kind of my job now, but it takes so much time to just look at a screen and watch videos all day. Sometimes more time than you would spend in your actual job or reading a book or doing any of the other 9 out of 10 things you could do to improve life. So why do we decide to spend so much time watching and consuming content? So time is important for many reasons. One of the main reasons I find that time is important is because without time, you can't really do much. Once you die, the game is over. But with time, you can do a lot. You can build empires with time. It just takes time to get things going. So I personally believe that the most important time and the most special time is the beginning times. Because the beginning time says either you win or you fail. But those beginning times, those little small breaks stacked up, one after the other, them bits of time creates a lot more time on the end. And all of life, all of reality is kind of sort of just split up into energy buckets. What time do you want to put in each bucket? What time do you want to put in relationships? What time do you want to put in business? What time do you want to put in personal finances? It's just what times do you want to spend with the people that you love, with the things that you love to do, and how you love to do those things. So let's go on with the first point. Why is time important? Time is important because it's the only thing that you can spend and not get back. People have ran marathons with time. It's just something that you can spend, but you can never get that time spent back. That's why it's so valuable and so important. And a lot of people, especially us from the younger generation, we don't use our time very, very wisely. And that time, we'll wake up one day, we'll be 30, we'll wake up one day, we'll be 40. A lot of you guys right now are currently 18. One day you're gonna wake up and be 20 and 25. Time goes by so fast when you're not paying attention to it. Now let's move on to the second point, how to spend that time. Now there's many different ways to spend your time. I mentioned some in the previous couple of seconds of this video. For example, you can spend it with family, you can spend it on business, you can spend it on relationships, on money and financial problems, you can spend it on that. But time, the way that you spend it all depends on your personal goals. Now, if you have a goal of you want to make X amount of money, you will spend more time in the financial bucket. If you have a goal of I want to spend X amount of time with my mom before she passes away, you can spend it in that bucket. If you want to spend the time with I want to spend my spiritual health, going to church, going to the mosque, going to wherever I want to believe in and praying at the shrines, then you can spend some time in your spiritual or religious bucket. Where you spend your time is very, very important because it tells people and it also tells your subconscious and your brain what you value. For example, a lot of people spend a bunch of their time on business tasks. So every time their brain goes towards a business task, they get very, very excited. They're like, oh, I love this, because their brain has been trained to love the business aspect of tasks. Some people are trained on religious tasks, like, oh, I love going to the mosque, oh, I love going to church, oh, I love praying. So they will go every Sunday and they'll go more often because their brain is trained to love going to that place. Positive reinforcement. You just have to figure out what your goal is so you can understand where you want to put your time in and what buckets you want to put that time in. Now, the third point for the day, who to spend your time with. Now, this is a very nuanced topic because there's so many people that you can spend your time with. There's so many specific ideals that you can spend your time. But I would say personally, for the most important aspects of life, for the 18 to 24, you should spend your time with peers and also older people that can give you more knowledge. And the peers that I'm speaking of is the peers that's also reaching out to older people for that knowledge so they can do better in a specific task. I don't personally suggest that in your younger years, you spend so much time, or at least I'm not, you spend so much time with other people that's not on the same goal as you or not trying to get ahead, because then you're going to wake up 24 and still going to the same clubs and not having the money or the financial resources or the personal resources to be able to do what you want in the future. So personally, for our ages, I would say spend your most time with your mentors and other peers that's trying to get where you are. Kind of like college. You go to college because you want to spend your time with the professor and around other people in class that are currently trying to learn the specific thing that you are learning, which helps you learn it faster and also breeds an environment of trust and learning as well. I'm not saying I'm advocate for college, but what I am saying is that it's important to spend time with peers and also mentors. The second bucket, you can also spend time with family. Now, family is a double-edged sword because there's a lot of of people that have families that they do not want to spend time with. And also, it'll be more detrimental for them to spend time with that family just because of the nature of the family, especially if you come from a poor background. 9 times out of 10, which is no disrespect if you come from a poor background, because I do as well. But when you do come from that poor background, the people that you are around don't have, 1, the financial knowledge, 2nd, the educational knowledge, and 3rd, the emotional and spiritual logic to be able to guide you in the right direction. 9 times out of 10, if you do make any money, they'll always come and try to take it from you. They'll be like, oh, you making this money, I deserve this. Or again, if you're making all this money, oh, but you're not in love with God, you're not in love with this person or Allah or whoever you're not in love with, they'll come for you and attack you spiritually. 3rd, they'll attack you emotionally. Oh, but you don't care about us because you're making this money, but you're not spending it on me and blah, blah, blah. Spending time with poor people or family could be a detriment to your long-term journey, because a lot of people feel they're responsible for their family, but that is not the case. You are responsible for yourself, and in return of being responsible for yourself, you can then extend your responsibilities to your family when you can and you have the bandwidth. And the 3rd person you can spend your time with, which is kind of nuanced and a lot of people don't really assume or take this as a person, but yourself. 9 times out of 10, if you're in a younger age, you spend so much time being with other people that you forget that you are a person. Meditation is a very important thing. So you can meditate with yourself and understand who you are. Walking, taking on walks without being on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. The entertainment space now is so broad that every single time that you wake up, every single time you're looking at a screen and you're looking at something that can get your attention and get your entertainment. Being with yourself is very important, because if you're not with yourself, who are you truly with? And if you cannot be yourself, it's very difficult for other people to want to be with you. And that's where a lot of relationships kind of fold in on each other. If you don't understand you and who you are, how is your partner supposed to understand who you are? It's very difficult to correlate those two things, and we don't necessarily bring that forward when we get into a relationship. Obviously, us as younger people, we don't bring that forward. We say, I'm trying to do this, this, and this. And if you're not trying to do this, this, and this, you gotta go, right? Which I don't necessarily say it's a bad thing. It's called boundaries, and that's fine. The thing is, you don't even understand yourself. And a lot of us males, and I'm gonna speak to the males in this specific portion because 98% of my audience is males. If you're speaking to a female and you don't understand yourself, your insecurities is gonna shine out onto her, and she's gonna end up resenting you for your insecurity. Females aren't perfect beings. They have never been perfect beings. But if you are not, to your best of ability, understanding and knowledge, have a control over yourself, you will be very verbally abusive to that female without even realizing it. You will say small things like, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, but you're projecting onto her, and you won't feel that projecting. And I'm not sitting here defending females. What I'm saying is you're projecting onto her, and I'm trying to give you a better understanding. You'll project onto her without even realizing it. You will have to understand her and be able to support and take care of her so she can support and take care of you as well. It's just that simple. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. This is gonna be the end of my video for today. So if you guys can leave a like and comment below what I can get better at, and say, hey, I think you could get better at the hook, I think you can get better at this, just so I can improve, and so we can create a better relationship, and also I can create content that people actually want to watch and people actually enjoy, so I can help you help me, and we can kind of help each other learn in this journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace out.